we are, Bonfire Banter. We're doing a little UFC special here. We found out that McGregor was fighting because I don't follow this stuff close enough. But found out McGregor was fighting like last week and wanted to get Rob out. I needed to have him back out here and talk about the UFC. We've been wanting to get him back on a panel since the first UFC episode.
Yeah.
And I had to twist his arm to get him out here. I put him in a triangle lock.
Yeah, nice. Indian burned me.
Right? That's something, right? A triangle lock?
Yeah, Indian burns, common technique.
Ton of Indian burns, yeah. Right. Okay, so Rob, who's fighting here? Who's he fighting? What do you know about Dustin Poirier? Just tell me a little bit about this fight.
Well, thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. By the way, I guess introduce Tony and Cody here as well. They've both been on the panel, so you guys know these guys a little bit. Thank you both for coming out as well.
No, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You guys are jumping in here, just being real troopers about this whole thing.
It's a lot colder since last time I was here.
That is.
I have to wear a coat and shit, man.
You're dealing with the opposite thing. I think we were a little hot the last time we were sitting around the fire.
He's always hot.
My phone was a little hot, too.
He's burning up.
Yeah.
My phone was a little smoky.
Yeah, a little smoky. We might have something for you here at the end of the episode.
Sounds like we got some UFC going on in the back.
Yeah. No, my daughter is fighting my boss's son. I don't know.
The spirit, I like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they knew this was going down. So So Rob, let's get back to that. Tell us a little bit about this fight. What do you know?
Well, it's Conor McGregor. Do you guys know who that guy is?
I do.
He does. He's like the guy that has a silly walk, right? Does that silly walk?
Yeah.
Everybody knows how to do it. Let's all
Show
do
me.
it. Let's all do it. Let's all do it.
It's like a.
Right, the wave of the limpy arms. I do it all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, well, deaf people
That's
definitely know
the
who
only thing I
Conor
know about
McGregor
him.
is. This is how deaf people say Conor McGregor. I'm sorry.
That might actually be the real sign. I don't know.
It might, that should be the sign. True. What would be the second sign?
I don't know.
Right.
So he's fighting.
Well, who do you got?
Who? Oh, sorry. Check mic.
Who's your guy? Who do you got? Who's
So
killing this fight?
I didn't even bring up who he's fighting.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's Dustin Poirier.
So tell us about Mr. Dustin.
Do you guys know who Dustin Poirier is?
I don't. I literally don't.
If I saw his face,
I know he fought him before and he kind of messed him up, right?
Is that right?
Well, Conor messed up Poirier. Yeah. That was years ago.
Okay.
Obviously, Conor hasn't fought in a while, and when he does fight, it's like
Yeah, he's
like
fighting
annually
Mayweather.
almost. It's like annually. Like Conor he's like Conor's Christmas. Conor comes once a year, I guess, and we all get to pay a bunch of money to fucking watch him.
Yeah.
So it's the same deal, we're all
Has
gonna have
Poirier gotten better?
Poirier's good though. He fought Poirier before, and he pieced him up, but Conor was on the up, and not that Poirier wasn't on the up, but he was brand new. He was still figuring stuff out. How did
it finish? How did that fight? Do you know how that fight? The
Poirier
first
got
fight
knocked out.
He got knocked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Early, late?
I don't remember, but I think it was a 3-round match, so it had to be early. It's not like
And
a
hey, at 10th, if you guys, Rob or Mike, whoever's
maybe
got it, if
somebody
you guys could
check
check out the last McGregor-Poirier fight and see what the result was.
Yeah, he definitely knocked him out. That's for sure.
McGregor
Poirier versus McGregor.
Yeah, Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. The result of that and how it ended.
It was a few years. It was at least 4 or 5 years.
If you Google
ago.
it'll come up. It's the only fight they've ever had, so you'll be all right.
It's McGregor versus Poirier 1.
What did you say?
Poirier, when Hunter fought him, he was anybody to sneeze at.
He was already a legit guy?
So they fought at UFC 178.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What are we at?
that
220
that
now?
was
It's higher than that, I think.
Right.
I don't know.
Oh, we're higher than 200. I'm not sure exactly. Oh, it's 2014. So September 2014.
Wow. Talking 7 years
So
ago.
we little one back then.
6.5. Yeah, dude.
Just getting out of diapers then.
Right.
Yeah, so that's 7 years ago, guys. Who's been around more in fighting is Poirier.
Yeah.
Is he still around himself? Or
Yeah, Poirier just.
obviously.
Who's Poirier's last
Dude,
fight?
Poirier beat up Justin Gaethje, bro. Poirier's a beast.
Okay.
Justin
All right.
Gaethje just fought Khabib, and he gave Khabib arguably the challenge
Was that
besides
Khabib's last
Conor.
fight?
Khabib's last fight. Yeah, we watched that.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Dustin Poirier is no freaking joke, and everybody knows Conor's no joke. He just hasn't fought that long. It'll be interesting to see how the fight goes on. But, it's going to be a good one, I think. You know.
What do you got?
Oh, it's first round knockout.
Oh,
Yeah.
TKO.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I knew it was. Yeah, I knew it
Okay.
was quick. Yeah, so
Okay.
McGregor pieced him up pretty freaking good. Who, Poirier? Don't let that deceive you, man. That's 2014.
It was 7 years ago, he said, right? 2014? I mean, that is quite a while in the fight game.
It's almost a decade.
Yeah, I mean, it's
you can't judge somebody
like
from
we
a decade
said.
ago, you know what I mean?
Cody didn't know his ABCs at that point.
7
No,
years
that's
ago.
exactly right.
7 years ago.
I'm still working on it. To be
Dustin's
honest.
been fighting ever freaking since, you know. Conor's got that money, man. He doesn't need to fight. You know,
Yeah,
Dustin Poirier, like, he makes good money, but he's not, Conor McGregor.
Well, Conor
He's not
McGregor is
Floyd
like
Mayweather.
Right.
He's not a superstar.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know Dustin Poirier's name.
No, I don't.
I guarance you, everybody here knows Conor McGregor's name,
I
right?
was just going to
Yeah.
say, Conor McGregor is like a household name at this point. He's
Yes.
more of an icon to the sport than anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he'll kick your fucking ass, for fuck's sake.
It's actually, can I bring something up about the whole Conor McGregor thing? And it's a little bit of a side trail here, but I just saw a video of his sparring partner. He's got an Irish sparring partner that he posted about how it was a tough, sparring, session, and his sparring partner, I couldn't name the guy. He's an Irish guy, just the same. Kind of gave him a good lick. And Jake Paul bit on that pretty strong.
Yeah.
And now this guy, Conor McGregor's sparring partner, this Irish guy, posted a video of himself talking, calling out Jake Paul. So I think that's something to look out for, a Jake Paul versus
We called it here first.
Conor McGregor's sparring partner. Yeah. So
that's a better fight than these Paul brothers getting legitimate fighters in the ring, because the whole Mayweather, like, whatever Paul wants to fight him is a joke. It's a literal joke.
Well, I think it's
Like,
a money
why?
grab. It's a money grab.
It's a joke because
Well,
he's
who's
the
going
best,
to win that one?
he's the best pound for pound fighter of all time.
Mayweather's going to beat the shit out of him.
Even if he doesn't knock him
Yeah,
out,
if
which he
Mayweather
will
loses,
do,
I
which
mean,
he
that's
will
a setup
do.
for
Why is he going to win, though?
He's going to win because he's the best pound for pound boxer of all time. And he
Experience.
knows how to not get punched. That's
You
what
know
win
who
by
wins, though? You know
experience.
who wins as well?
Oh, yeah, Paul wins. I mean,
wins,
he's
like-
making.
Well,
Well,
that's
I saw the
right. He
breakdown.
wins.
Though. I saw the breakdown. He gets like 500,000.
Oh, well, you know Floyd. You know
Floyd's gonna
Floyd.
get 50 million.
You know Floyd.
And then Paul gets 5% of the pay-per-views, and he gets 50% of the pay-per-views.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a whole month.
I mean, and for Mayweather, it might make sense, but at the end of the day, it's almost makes his legacy look worse, like fighting that guy at that
Right.
level. It's like,
Yeah. Well,
It's a joke.
hey,
Right.
I tell you what, Father Time, grows on everybody, and there's a lot of young people out there, who else is going to make a lot of freaking money off of that,
Yeah.
regardless of contracts. Just Floyd's going to do what he does. He's going to make sure it's at the weight he wants, with the pay he
Yep.
wants, the day,
As
the
he
time,
should.
Sure.
everything.
As he
He's
should.
the
Of course.
best
I mean,
to
yeah.
ever do it.
yes.
Right.
But Logan Paul is not a dummy, as young as he is, and calling it, he's gonna win, bro. You know how many people don't
Logan
know?
Paul, that's it.
I mean, there's as big as Mayweather is. I guarantee you go to some, especially some like Valley like hot chick. They don't know who the fuck Floyd.
No, but they know who-
but they know who Logan
Paul is.
Paul
But
is.
that's just to the
and vice
point.
versa. Older
Yeah,
people who are in the
right.
boxing might not know who Logan.
They
Who the hell
don't
is this
know,
Logan
nor do
Paul
they
guy?
care.
That's just to the point is, I always thought, when I first heard about this, I was thinking Jake Paul's manager, or Logan Paul's manager, is calling up Floyd Mayweather's manager and saying, hey, you want to do this fight prime time for this much money?
Yeah.
And they go to Floyd Mayweather, like, hey, you want to do this? It's an easy knockout and easy cash. And he's like, I'm in. I mean, it's almost a no-brainer for these guys
You
to make
think
a bunch of money.
it would be?
Well, he approaches fights like even offers to fights. He approaches them like Floyd Mayweather. Like he's going to hang in there, let
He's
you
gonna
win.
make- he's gonna
feel
entertain-
you
yeah,
out,
right.
throw things at you. Like the
Right.
guy, he can't read or anything. The guy's freaking good at something. He's got more
smart.
money than all of us
He's-
combined,
Right.
and he's definitely doing something right.
It's not because
so
he
he's
didn't
not
train
dumb.
his ass off and find he basically has perfected his craft. I mean,
he's been doing it for so many years.
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's
there's
just,
not a lot of people that you could say that have perfected their craft and they have never been beat at what they do.
He's
I
like
mean,
the Tiger
in
Woods
any
of
industry.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like-
Or of boxing. Sorry. Yeah.
But even better though, because Tiger Woods has been beat.
Right.
Tiger has never been beat.
Right.
I tell you what. I tell you what.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best and all, but I hear you, and I agree that he's going to win. And he's going to be the heavy favorite, but as good as he is, but I'm pretty sure Logan's huge. Bro.
I mean, there's anything
he's
is
a
possible.
big boy.
Anything's possible.
Logan is a big boy.
No, but
But that could be to his disadvantage at the
I
same
get it.
time.
I get it. I'm saying, but I'm a really good wrestler. But if I wrestle somebody who maybe knows a little bit about wrestling and they're 215 plus pounds, they're
That's
gonna mop
true.
the floor with me.
That's
And I
true.
get it. I'm not Floyd Mayweather, you know what I mean? But
Right.
to a certain point, I saw a picture. There's a meme floating around on the internet. I'm sure you've seen it of Floyd standing next to Logan, and Logan's looking down, literally
I
up
didn't
to his
see that,
nipple,
no.
looking down like him. It's so here's the question though: what happens if some way, somehow, Logan Paul knocks out?
I mean,
Okay.
that's
And
that's-
possible.
What?
Come,
okay.
Am I betting
okay,
on that?
No,
No
what
way.
I'm going to say though is that has been the exact thing that everyone said about Mayweather in the last 50 times he fought. Because he's tiny. Everyone says, what if McGregor just catches him with a good one? What if anybody just catches him with a good one? The problem is you can't catch him with a good one because the reason he's the best is because he's the best at not getting punched.
I agree.
If you ever watch a Mayweather fight, he doesn't knock anyone out these days.
Yeah.
He just doesn't get punched, and he scores points. So, like, it's not going to look like a dominating victory, in my opinion, necessarily, which I still do think he's got an option to knock him out. But, like, in my opinion, it's going to be more so like Mayweather shit. He's going to be dancing around, popping you in the face every time you throw a punch, and counter-punching the shit at you.
Cat and mouse,
and,
dude.
yeah, and he's just going to win. It's going to be a boring Mayweather fight like it always is.
I hope it happens, man. I wouldn't be surprised if it did not happen. I hope it happens. I think it will. Everything's all set up, contracts, but like, I really hope it happens.
Okay, I wanted to say something else about when I first heard about this fight happening is, it kind of stinks for, maybe say like an up-and-coming boxer, who's a world champion in this or whatever, wants to get into the league and something like that. And then you see this YouTuber who decided to go into boxing, and now their second fight is the best ever to do it.
That is weird.
That's like selling one deal, and then I want that one for a whole house.
I want to go.
No, exactly.
I want to go sell the White House.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
started that was Conor and Mayweather.
Right.
So it's not just who is.
Well, here's the thing.
Who's compatible? It's who has the most money and who is going to play. Like
who's going to
get the most viewers?
Money, the most views. That's right.
Yes.
It's a business now. I mean, it's clearly
Connor's
a business
huge.
move.
Mayweather's huge. They're going to bring huge.
That's right. Just the names alone. You know what I mean?
But what's the thing, Tony? What happened? Even though Conor went into Mayweather's world, he cracked him once with that uppercut.
Oh, yeah, he did.
So
but again, I mean, you're going to need
But here's the difference.
And Connor's
a UFC champion.
Exactly.
A champ. Like, he's the champ
of a sport that's very close.
Right.
And he was still
and
way overmatched.
This YouTuber who's been doing this for what? Maybe
he's got the YouTube belts.
That's the point.
Who's got the YouTube belts? Arguably Soulja Boy, because he
KSI.
started YouTube.
Who's the KSI that knocked out one of the Logan?
He beat Logan Paul.
Yeah.
So why are we saying?
That was a tight fight. That was
okay.
Now we're talking about two YouTubers.
That's
That'd be
what
like
I'm
you and
saying.
me. That'd be like you and me boxing.
That's the point. Is he lost to a YouTuber, and now after losing to a YouTuber, he wants to fight the best pound for pound boxer of all time.
And how unfair is that to somebody who's
What are
been
we talking
training
about?
since they were young and is in like the Olympics or something and wants to get into this field?
That'd be like us. That'd be like us sales reps, like watching a couple YouTube videos about carpentry and go up against like Daryl, or go up against one of our installers. Good freaking luck,
what's
bro.
His name? The older guy that.
But I have a lot of followers on TikTok, so
that's
what it all amounts to nowadays, man. Is the followers and
you know who else is fighting is the Mountain from Game of Thrones.
Are you
kidding me? Listen, he fought a professional fighter from Iceland or wherever he's from.
Really?
Yes, he just did that because it's the same thing. It's
the
Thor
name.
doesn't fight.
He knows.
He doesn't fight, but he's huge. Like, I'm fighting the Mountain.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
and it's a recognizable
and that
name.
just
People
happens.
know.
Yeah. It's the same exact
Ticket
thing.
sales, man.
I'm waiting for Justin Bieber to be in there next. I don't know.
He has
Carey. I don't
dude,
know.
I don't know if you've been listening to the radio, but Justin Bieber's
Celebrity Deathmatch from MTV.
I remember that.
This is what
I
the
see.
scene.
They had the breast guys think about
Celebrity
forget about
Deathmatch
it.
MTV. This is what's happening.
Hang on. They had a celebrity deathmatch video game.
That's exactly right on the PlayStation 1.
Get out of here.
That's why. That's
played The
why you guys,
Simpsons.
when you contact me on Friday and Saturday nights, I'm not available.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
It's like Twisted Metal, like one of those games that
exactly.
came with Twisted Metal. Like,
and you have the ice cream cart.
here's another thing about the Conor fight. Like, are there going to be fans there?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No, probably not.
You know who fucking eats up fans, right?
Yeah, Conor. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
He's not getting all that energy
With
off
crowds,
the crowd.
just like as soon as he opens his hand.
I wonder though, where's the fight at? Do you guys know where it's being fought?
Either probably Fight Island or Vegas, one of the
Hey,
two.
Rob, can you look at the location of this fight, this McGregor Poirier fight?
They do have an audience at Fight Island, I'm pretty sure. Excuse my.
Try to take a look at the location of that.
Fight Island, they might, though. They literally
might
built
fight
an
on
island.
Fight Island. I don't know. They might. They probably fight in Vegas, somewhere in the U.S. They're going to want the most viewers possible. It's probably not Fight Island. Thank you, good sir.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're probably fighting in Vegas or something like that.
Yeah, it's probably.
And it's going to be
but they
no
do have
crowd.
the casinos going in Vegas.
If Conor has no crowd, I think that has a lot to do with it, man.
I wonder if they are going to have. That's a pretty
well,
big
he had no.
thing.
Did he have a crowd for Cowboy?
I'm not
did
sure.
He?
I couldn't say.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Because Stephen
he
A.
did,
was
he
like,
did.
"Oh, Cowboy didn't show up."
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah,
see,
they did.
Yeah,
I think they did.
Yeah.
Huh.
They had a crowd there, I think. Yeah.
That's definitely interesting.
So if you
They
had
did.
to say,
They fight on Fight Island.
fighting on
So
Fight
they
So
have
we're
a
gonna have to
crowd
check the
there?
time on that.
Is there a crowd?
They either have to wake up super early in order for us to watch them
they have
at
to
night.
fight like 3 in.
Yeah, they have to fight like
Wow.
early. Yes.
So
So
what
think
is-
about that. The time.
Yeah.
The no crowd with Conor McGregor.
so
the
is there no
layoff.
crowd on Fight Island?
There's no crowd at Fight Island.
Okay, I didn't know
No.
because I didn't know that's loosened restrictions and stuff. I don't know.
Right. I couldn't tell you either.
No, there's no crowd.
Okay, so Rob, give us your prediction on what's going to happen in this fight.
Oh man, give me a little bit on that. I think Conor.
You gonna take
I
Conor?
don't know. Dustin's been fighting longer, and he messed up Justin Gaethje, and Justin Gaethje put up a good fight against Khabib. So did Conor. Conor arguably won a round against Khabib, the only person to ever do so. So I think the wow factor of Conor is huge. I think, Dustin already lost to him once on a first round TKO. So no matter what you say, that's got to do something with your
mentally.
psyche. You know what I mean?
I think you're playing a little cautious when you walk in because you don't want to get knocked out in that first round. I would expect someone like that to play it pretty close to the vest.
Sure.
In
you
the
get
first round.
blitzkrieged by somebody right away, and then you face them again. Even how much you developed and how much you're putting to the test, in the back of your head, you're like,
You're
I
just like,
remember.
I still
getting
remember this guy
freaking
knocking me out in
blitzkrieged.
2 minutes. Yeah.
Well,
No, that's true.
for me, I
intimidating.
think Conor
How
McGregor
can you-
has a big kind of a PR factor about the way that he, kind of his persona. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where he worries maybe so much about that might play a factor in the way that he fights. Because he wants to come off as, he has this persona about him. You know, like he's the biggest, the baddest, and stuff like that. So he doesn't want to have that knockout in the first round. And I wouldn't
He's
even
been doing less of that, though.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
He has been doing less of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Against
like when he fought
only
Cowboy.
Cowboy, yeah.
That's how Conor got big.
That was
is,
the only one. There
Who
was
the
was
fuck
the
is
only
that
one.
guy?
Yeah.
You know,
Right,
there's no more
right.
of that. He's a
But
billionaire.
How do you disrespect Cowboy though? He's like
He has.
everybody
He has.
everybody
Conor
loves-
has.
Everybody loves
Right.
Cowboy.
Conor
Find a way to
has.
do
That's what
it.
I'm saying.
Conor has disappointed
Has he
Poirier.
done it to his face though? Really?
Yeah,
Why
in
would
press
you be
conference. Yes,
surprised?
he's dissed every single
Yeah.
person. That's what made Conor
Cowboy's
McGregor
just
Conor
one of those,
McGregor. Now he's got
prize
billions,
guys.
so he's dialed it back a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think
There's another thing.
I don't think he
he's
cares
drinking
so
a
much
lot of
about
that
the
Kool-Aid.
victories.
Drinking a lot of that Kool-Aid. But he's still Conor fucking McGregor, man. You don't become Conor McGregor because you're just on a whim, For fuck's sake. Another thing, I've made some call-outs of some fights. I'm not sure what my record is, Justin, if Bonfire Banter has what the
record on that or the
who's
Oh, a couple of did you really call out some
outcomes.
fights
I've
and
called some outcomes. I'm
Really?
not sure if anybody's have any of those outcomes.
pulling the records up? See what you called?
Hey, say this again. Sorry.
I've had a couple outcomes of the fights that I've called.
Yeah, you did pretty good.
How did I do?
Well, I know the last time you had picked, I think you were 3-1 of the fights that we had that you picked on the last episode.
Because there was a draw.
Yes, well, there was a draw, and I thought you'd gotten one wrong because you went with your heart on it, and it was.
No, that was Colby. And at the end, you said
did go.
at the end you said, "Is
You
it
said
Black
BLM
Lives
or MAGA?
Matter or MAGA?" And I said MAGA.
Oh,
and he ended up winning.
You got it right.
I remember
You got it
that.
right.
Yeah, I remember
you were
that
right.
one,
That wasn't on beliefs. That was just who I thought was the
It
better
was.
fighter.
Right.
No, I think it was both.
I won't get into that.
That's for another talk.
Well,
So my call out,
Yeah.
just to keep the record clear, since I'm 3-1 now, is Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor's right.
I'm going for Conor.
Yeah. So real quick, we wanted to throw this in there, and it's kind of a funny thing now because you said you wanted to say hi to James, right? Because James.
Oh, hi, James.
Hey,
The only reason I'm
James.
coming here is because
James.
James was
He's a
coming here.
nobody.
Hey, the reason why I just was blanking and you were talking to me is because James just texted me saying he just woke up and that he goes, "Do you guys still need me?" And I said, "Come here." And if he gets
No
here,
response.
I don't know. Not at this
James.
point. We're just gonna make him show up because
yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
And then be done.
even if we don't need him.
Forgot it.
Yeah.
He's gonna drag.
We'll
he's
see
gonna
what time he
drag
gets
ass
here.
over
Maybe we
we
get him
love
back
you.
out here. Maybe we'll have him sit down and talk some shit, but probably not. But as far as the fight, what do you think is going to happen? You think that
I
you take
am
the
good. I mean, there's so much money in it, and Conor is just such a force in the UFC. I don't see him losing again. When I saw him against Cowboy, he was his he's more muscular. He's not like small anymore.
Sure.
He was using his shoulder to like hit Cowboy in the face, and it was just he's using different techniques, and he's got like all these different coaches. He has so many more resources.
Right.
I feel like than Poirier, because if I'm a coach, I want to be like, hey, I want to be Conor's coach. I would love to be Poirier's coach too, but also like he's the top of the line. He's got top of the line everything. He looked good last fight. He looked hydrated. He didn't look like he like cut a lot of weight. That you know what I mean. So I would just say he's ready to go, I think.
Right.
And with all this Paul stuff going on. What's his Jake Paul, right?
Yeah.
No, he's Logan, right?
Jake Paul's the one that they're talking smack back.
Bro,
and
you know
forth.
how hard it is for fucking
the little
Conor
Paul?
not to
Jake
talk
Paul.
to Jake Paul?
Jake Paul is talking all this shit to him. That's going to make it even worse for Poirier, I think. I really do. I really do.
I don't know about
because
that.
McGregor's kind of
stoking the fire.
Yeah,
He's stoking. Yeah,
Right.
McGregor's like, I'm looking like an idiot
I
online.
agree.
I think
I'm
so.
looking like an idiot online,
You don't think
and
so?
I'm
That
about
he's-
to
Lions
prove
don't
everybody.
bother
Like that I'm
themselves
not.
with the words of sheep or something, whatever the phrase is. You know, he's just doing his thing. If it was that big of a draw for McGregor, he'd say, "Fuck my contract. I'm a billionaire," and I'll respond to
agree.
that guy. He's showing respect to Poirier, number one, because he knows Poirier's a good fighter, and he beat up Gaethje, beat him up.
He did.
He beat up Gaethje.
How about
Gaethje's no
Khabib
joke.
coming back too?
Is he? Well, that was the whole thing.
We
with
don't
the
know. We don't
stunt,
know.
I thought.
I saw.
Nobody's meeting Khabib.
I saw
Nobody's
a video.
meeting
I
Khabib.
saw
I'm
a
leaving.
video.
I'm coming back.
The
Come on.
video of Khabib walking into Dana White's office, and all he did was just close his door, and then there hasn't been a video since.
You know what Dana White's
Khabib
dream is?
walked back into his Dana White's
You know what Dana
office.
White dreams of every single night?
Give me Khabib.
Every single night. What Dana White dreams of.
This is gonna be
He
a
goes to
dirty
sleep with his bags of money and his pillows that are filled with money, and he dreams of just GSP and Khabib.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Yeah,
how much
that's
money
true.
GSP.
Yeah.
That's true. He's been trying- I know he's
Who
been
wins
trying to get
that
3SP
fight?
Back. Yeah.
So hang on in. GSP retired a little while ago. It's
Like 5 years ago, right?
A while ago. He's
Really?
old news now. I feel like no.
How long ago was it?
GSP.
Hey, we're a family-friendly show here. We just want to let you guys know. We got kids running right in the background. We're just, hope
got
you guys
little
hear us.
GSPs.
We're going to do okay here. Family-friendly, always.
George St. Pierre came back after like a 4-year layoff and won the belt against Michael Bisping, who knocked out Luke
Bisping.
Rockhold, who was a freaking monster at the time.
Yeah.
Not only is Luke Rockhold a monster, he's also a Calvin Klein model or something.
Nice.
Crazy.
That's where I know him
It's like
from.
imagine the
That's
confidence.
where I-
Ripped and he's got
That's
a
how
huge
Cody
package.
knows.
That's
Yeah.
how I know him.
Cody
That's
knows him.
I had
He's got
no
a
idea
poster
he was
of
an
him.
MMA fighter. I could have guessed by his tone, but my goodness.
Oh, he's a fighter too?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh yes.
It is a long way from
So, Cody,
Yes.
who are you taking for this fight?
Well, yeah, I feel so silly because I really have no background knowledge, besides of knowing. I
Then
guess
your
Conor
pick's
McGregor's
as
thing.
good as mine. Then.
Well, if somebody says here, bet, you got $100. Who
Yeah.
you betting on?
Yes.
I'm betting on Conor McGregor all
Cool.
day.
Yeah.
From what I know of him previously. But I really don't have any feelings, either way about it. I don't have anybody that I'm pulling for.
Yeah.
I would like to see an interesting fight. And I would also like to see maybe Conor McGregor. I think it would be. I like Conor McGregor, but it'd be interesting to see him get kind of put in his place a little bit.
Yeah.
And I
Why?
think that would stir up a lot of controversy.
I think it'd be interesting too.
It would be
That'd be
interesting.
interesting.
He's not been put in his place before,
Well,
though.
that's what.
He
That's
has.
exactly
He
to my
has.
point. Is where I would almost. It would be. Wouldn't it be wild to be watching this fight and see Conor McGregor get knocked out?
I mean, I was
That'd be
kind of.
pretty wild.
I was
Come on.
very surprised when Khabib handled him the first time.
Nah.
I was.
No, Khabib's the best. Man.
He's
I mean,
the
I didn't
Eagle.
know he was the
Nobody's
best
gonna
though.
beat- nobody's
but
gonna
when they
beat
first
Khabib.
fought though, Khabib was a name like Poirier for me. I didn't
Khabib
know
was the
that.
exact opposite of Connor.
Yeah.
Literally
He
the
wrestles.
exact opposite.
He's all wrestling.
Doesn't drink, doesn't smoke,
Yeah.
drives
Yeah.
a Tacoma.
Yeah,
He's got millions and millions of dollars. Never been beaten once.
Yeah, but how much is that weird hat wig he wears when he goes into the wig?
Talking about weird hat.
It's got to be big bucks.
It's got to be more than this Tacoma. I know that. I know that.
It's like some Sherpa, like some high-end Sherpa
Listen,
shit.
when Khabib beat Justin Gaethje, he literally did not tap him out in the first round because he likes him.
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje helped him cut weight. Helped Khabib cut weight before.
That's
they
crazy.
respect
That's
each
crazy.
other. And Justin Gaethje's a
Well, that's good to
two-time
see.
NCAA fucking Division I
Yeah,
champ.
he is.
Do you know if they were cutting weight with the fight milk?
They were just cutting weight in
know about
general.
that?
What
Do you
the-
know about that?
It's from Always Sunny, sorry. And actually, Cowboy Cerrone's on the episode.
Really?
And
Is
it's
he
like,
really?
He takes
Cerrone.
the fight milk that they make, and it makes him puke. He's like, it's the best way to cut weight. He's like, this stuff makes us puke fucking brains out. Bloaty.
Bro.
Everybody.
Puke for wrestling.
Well, we got to do this. He's foreshadowing something we're going to release. Something we're going to release as a small sketch
from the
archives.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's a sketch we're going to be releasing once we
all
reshoot
get
it.
jacked over here.
Yeah, it's how the UFC fighters.
So what's Dustin Poirier's going to need?
Exactly. It's going to be all the UFC fighters are going to be on our product here soon.
Rob's basically an amateur boxer at this point.
Yeah, I guess.
So
I wear boxers.
I'm going to say right now, I'm going to go on record and say Poirier wins this.
Oh,
for the simple fact that I will
respect it.
either be the guy that knows nothing and got it wrong and who cares, or the guy that got it right and you guys all got it right. Hey,
I respect that.
Well
I respect
you got to
that.
play it.
He has a chance.
I got my home
man.
turf.
He has a chance. He's been fighting, man. He's not the same guy.
Yeah, he's
You know, you got to think of this too. Like, I hate to say it, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist like my friend Cody over here.
Oh!
But just so
Wait, can we get into that, please? Can we get into that?
But just so you know, like Connor's worth a big.
Oh, they're throwing.
We're getting
snow at me.
snowballs thrown at us.
Go on, please.
Well,
Go
again,
on.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Theorist. Same thing.
Theorist.
Listen, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but some conspiracy theorists say, and I don't agree with this. I'm just putting it out there.
Sure.
That
Conspiracy theorists say.
all right, that Conor McGregor is the big golden ticket. He's the Willy Wonka ticket, right?
Sure,
yeah.
And people, red panty night. Bust up the red panties. You're fighting Conor McGregor, right? Right, they're the big ticket. People are going to pay big money for that. And there's a skirmish that was going around. And I hate to promote this because I don't believe it, but I got to make sure it's said.
Please.
That Cowboy took a dive, and a lot of that has to do with Stephen A., and I don't agree he did take a dive. I think it was Conor McGregor, and Cowboy's known for getting nervous, but, like, that kind of does add to, like, you know, it's probably not true, but just keep it back there in a nugget. Like, Dustin Poirier, you guys don't know who Dustin Poirier is.
He's hungry.
Right.
He's not taking any dives.
And he's taking a payday, you know.
Yes.
I think there's not dives taken by Dustin Poirier.
That's what I'm asking. Yeah.
Wait,
okay.
can I ask what is dives? Does that mean kind of like
Oh,
laying
give
on
it-
the ground?
No,
and
like giving the fight away, losing on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like,
Okay.
listen,
throwing it
In boxing, it got to be so bad at
But
one point in
that stuff
boxing.
doesn't surprise
That's why
me.
people stop watching
it's
boxing.
happened.
Yeah.
It's
Sure,
happened.
yeah.
Right.
It
Fitz
happens.
was in.
People do that.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah.
And you'll know. You know, people know. Everybody knows.
You'll see it.
You'll
I
see
can't
it.
even watch soccer anymore because of that.
What Dana White
Oh yeah, I never watched soccer in the beginning, but
thing is, I don't think it'll happen. I don't think it has happened in the UFC, and it's happened in other MMA organizations. Bob Sapp is like a big, jacked, roided out guy, and he's done that. I'm not sure if it was Strike Force or
Pride.
another one.
I think it was
WC.
Pride, right?
It was Pride. It was either Pride or Strike Force.
Yeah,
one of the two.
of those.
But he was known for taking dives, you know. Yeah. I don't think the payout weighs. Like, if he knocks out Poirier, it's not a big name enough for him take a dive. Because a lot of people know Cowboy. Not a lot of people know Dustin Poirier. Yeah. There's no, like, take a dive.
Sure.
You know, it makes sense for Poirier to
do his best and fight his ass
knock
off.
him out. Knock him the fuck out.
Right.
And then, holy crap, this guy Dustin
Yeah,
Poirier.
right. Well,
Well,
yeah, launch his career.
I think the stakes are higher for Poirier than they are for McGregor.
yeah.
Well, but at the
Well,
same
yeah, you
time,
lose.
I
Yeah.
mean, McGregor has kind of his name out there where people are because Jake
But
Paul
McGregor
called
has,
him out.
McGregor has lost twice to Khabib now, right? Twice.
Is that right?
No, he lost
No,
once.
he
just
lost
Okay.
once.
I thought it was twice.
He lost
Oh.
once to Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
Arguably twice, but he lost
Okay.
once to Diaz, and he might run the trilogy with Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That guy's so punch drunk.
Respect your freaking cage fighters.
sorry,
man.
Nate.
Sorry, Nate.
That's
Love
true.
you, Nate.
Sorry,
I love
Nate.
You. I was on your
Please,
side,
that
Nate
was
Diaz.
not
Banter,
a-
Banter,
it's
brought to you by
out
Nate
the
Diaz.
Sorry.
So I want to take this second here because these guys brought up sponsorships. JPL Property Services has dropped us off some firewood tonight. They're going to keep us warm for the next couple months. with a face cord.
Snaps.
Fantastic
I'll
stuff.
do some snaps too.
Call them up. They're in Elmhurst. I can't believe that Jim came through like that. We thought he was going to bring us, a couple days worth. He brought us, maybe a couple
That's
More
months.
than
insane.
enough over there.
Yeah, I mean-
it's phenomenal.
Yeah, got
So,
wood.
yeah.
Does he have a
And
shirt
we
that says
do.
got wood?
Oh, he's going to, and we're going to get him one. It's going to have a logo of our logo right underneath it.
Right.
And then I'd also like to say
Logo of
thank
our
you
logo?
to. He's going to have a logo of our logo.
Nice.
So it's going to be like a logo inside a logo.
Nice.
Anyways, also like to say thank you to
Logoception.
York Furrier as always. Fine outerwear and unique accessories since 1931. Also like to say thank you to More Brewing Company. Keep giving us all the beer you'd like to give us.
Fantastic. Yeah,
thank you so much.
fantastic. Yep.
Check them out in Huntley and Villa Park.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hi, James. We miss you.
James, I can't believe you weren't here.
I looked.
We'll never
You're dead
forgive
to
you.
me. James, you're dead to me.
Oh, yeah. Hi, James.
So we're gonna wrap this one up. Thank you guys for coming
Yeah.
out.
Thank you.
Fantastic
Appreciate
little UFC preview here.
Yes.
We're going to be posting this one right before the fight, so check this out, and hopefully all of us gave you a little bit of insight on this.
Yeah.
And go with me because I know what I'm talking about. So if you're going to put some money down,
Hold on, Tony.
obviously
Bad
go
idea.
Poirier.
Tony did not get a
yeah,
pick.
yeah,
he
yeah,
did.
yeah,
He did.
All right,
yeah. You guys all went Connor. I went Poirier, and
Yeah, you did that
It's
last
always gotta
time,
be
and you were wrong.
different. It's always gotta be different about this guy, right?
No problem.
All right, we will see you soon. Bonfire Banter signing out. Keep stoking those fires.
Thank you.
Stoke 'em, baby. Well, Sam will give you an
so
award
close.
for the top guy, but no biggest sailor.
Here we are. We didn't think we were coming back for another UFC segment.
I got to go. My fiance.
Yeah, we know Rob's got to go. We're not going to keep this very long, but James Etheridge needed to come on here, and we needed to make sure we at least roasted him a tiny amount for not making it out here because he had a tough enough night last night where he slept till about 7
Shame.
p.m.
Shame.
He works
Shame.
hard.
So
Shame.
first off, on
I'm
this
just kidding.
tiny segment, sign the X before we get you out of here. Rob, tell us how James has wronged you.
Well, he has never wronged me. I
tonight,
love James. Every single UFC bonfire we've had has been me and people who kind of like the UFC but don't have the knowledge that I have. And James has 100%, if not more, knowledge of UFC than I do, and
Yeah.
that's why I came.
That's why we were trying to get him on the same segment. So, James, first off, let's get a quick hot take from you. Who's winning this fight and why?
Connor round 2.
Kind of round 2. I like that you even went, how long. And is this a...
KO,
na-
TKO.
Okay, so he's not a submission guy, so he's obviously not going to...
He's good on the ground, but he's
Is
not
he?
going
Okay.
into this fight to submit. No, he's going in for a knockout.
Get a little closer to your mic. And the other thing he was saying is he was talking about like how there is maybe some conspiracy theories out there, but maybe the cowboy maybe took a dive.
No, he didn't take a dive.
You were...
I was saying that people were talking about him taking a dive.
Okay.
Since Connor came back,
Cowboy's been in the game so long that he would never take a dive.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay, so conspiracy
But
theory.
there has been
James gonna squash it.
been that talk,
There was talks, but no, Cowboy's the type of guy. He's been in the game way too long.
I'm just
He-
pulling-
He fights to fight. I mean, he's so old now. He's so long in the game that he's not in there to take a dive. I mean, this guy has a true passion for fighting, and that's why he's still doing it.
Okay, I like that though. That he's so pro cowboy that he's not gonna let that fucking blasphemy.
I mean,
be
but
But also,
spoken.
Cowboy- Cowboy's my guy.
Conor
What you say, Tony?
McGregor
Is a
moved up
cash
a
cow.
weight. He moved up a weight to fight Cowboy, though.
Yes.
I'm just being the devil's advocate. So I mean, you don't think that has anything to do with the conspiracy at all? That he moved up and.
I mean, what would that? I mean, what would that have to do with it? I mean, as far as conspiracy
honestly,
goes,
from what I seen, the last couple fights that Cowboy had, I could tell he's done.
He's,
and then they kind of.
and that's what I'm saying. I mean, Cowboy's at like his later parts of his career, and he's at the point now
So-
where there's no point for him to
So
go in
it's
to
almost
take
like
a dive. I mean,
Adesanya fighting the Spider, Silva.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know who's gonna win. You know Adesanya is gonna win.
yeah. I mean, but that fight was set up more
But you-
just because Adesanya had. Adesanya was, he
it's-
idled his game. He idled his game around Silva.
Though it's not the Silva, because Silva is not.
I'm just saying. I think they set up those old school guys with the guys that
Well, because
are
I
either
mean,
coming back
because
or
these new
new
school guys, fighting the old school guys. I mean, these old school guys, those were their idols. I mean, these are who they looked up to
And
forever.
it's viewership because some
And
of those
it-
younger
it
guys
is- it
aren't
is
as well
ve-
known.
Yeah.
But Spider Silva. I know Adesanya was pretty big when he fought or when he fought Silva. Adesanya already had a pretty big fan base.
Yeah.
But again, people that don't watch it like me, I know Anderson Silva way more than I know about Adesanya.
Yeah.
So I might watch the fight just for Anderson Silva because I'm a very infrequent viewer of the sport. But I'm going to know the name Silva over I'm going to know the name Adesanya.
Yeah, then it makes you want to watch Adesanya afterwards.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you're right. Again, it brings light to these new guys, and they're going to pull a fan base off of that fight against the guy that's been around for 20 years.
Yeah.
It
kind of felt like that kind of fight to me. Was the Cowboy and Conor McGregor kind of?
It kind of was. I mean, it was. I mean, this Conor Cowboy thing. I mean, this goes back.
Did they
this goes
fight
back years.
in front of a crowd or no?
Who?
Cowboy and Cow.
No, that was last year. So no, I don't think I was. No, I don't think there was a crowd there.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's another variable. It's like Conor feeds to the crowd, and there's no crowd, on this next fight, which, is a factor.
It is.
Another factor is it's Conor McGregor fighting. It's always going to be a mind fuck fighting Conor McGregor, right? It's red panty night,
which is kind of funny too, because Conor's always been this guy like who spends his entire pre-fight camp, talking all this shit, and getting in these other guys' heads. And what's weird is we haven't seen that with this coming up.
He mentioned that with Cowboy too, that he wasn't, or no,
well, because he has so much respect for Cowboy.
Yeah.
And
well,
like
he's
I said,
got money.
The Cowboy Conor thing, that went back years and years ago when they were talking shit, in these pre-fight things.
He brought it up saying that he thought it was the money that Conor's matured because he's got so much money he doesn't need to do that anymore. Or do you think it was just that one fight? Because we brought up
I think it's the respect level.
Because we were saying that was the only fight he didn't do. It was Cowboy. Is it maturity or is it he respect?
I think it's the respect level. Once again, I think.
So I like that you guys argue a little bit on that.
Cowboys been around for so long. These guys had a history in the past of talking a lot of shit to each other. Conor back in the day when he was 2-belt champ and talking all this shit in these pre-fight pressers. They got into it a little bit. And Cowboy always said come get it. And so I think that was one of the main reasons to set that up.
The thing is when you're fighting Conor, it's
not trusting that any of this.
You're fighting Conor McGregor. It doesn't matter who you are. You're fighting Conor McGregor, unless you're Khabib, he's the neutralizer.
Yeah.
Like, it's a mind fuck fighting Conor.
It is. I mean that's what Conor's. That's half of Conor's game is just getting in your head beforehand.
Yeah.
He didn't do that at all, though.
A lot of people.
He didn't, and I think that, like I said, I think that just came down to the respect level, and I think that's the same thing going into this fight. We haven't seen a lot of that, and because these guys have fought in the past,
Well,
I think it's just a little bit more of a respect level.
You know what year it was when they fought?
It was a while back. I mean, I know Poirier's coming up. Poirier's coming off 13 fights since then, and Conor's coming off
Throw
7.
a year out there. What do you think?
18.
14.
Dude, we just looked up. It was 2014.
Wow.
It wasn't quite 7 years ago. It was September of 14, so it was like 6.5 years.
Guess who has fought more in that span?
Poirier.
Way more Poirier. Yeah.
Poirier's fought 13 times since. I think Conor's at like 7, including the Mayweather bout.
Well, Conor hasn't fought Gaethje.
No.
He hasn't fought these like.
No, Poirier's been through the ringer, and that's why we're going to see this fight's going to go a different way. I think it's going to be a little bit more feeling out. Obviously, Conor's going to come and start. He's going to start early. I mean, he's going to attack like he always does.
Yeah.
And we were kind of talking that Poirier might be not as aggressive early on because he got knocked out in the first round last time.
Yeah, like I said, there's going to be some feeling out there with Poirier where Poirier's going to keep his distance a little bit. Conor's going to try to close it like he always does.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to go a little different. I still see Conor, like I said, taking it.
Yeah.
Conor, like he went through this camp and he's bulked up. If this fight goes, it favors Poirier.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
So
notice
if it gets past like the third round, it favors Poirier.
Yeah.
Especially because now we're looking at Conor, and Conor went through his camp and he's all bulked up. He looks like a different guy. But now we got to start questioning the cardio.
Yeah.
So that's why I say the longer this goes,
Well, you know what
it's
weight
going
they're
to favor
fighting
Poirier.
at, right?
Huh?
You know what the weight they're fighting at?
55,
They're fighting at 55.
which is Conor's best.
Yeah. It'll be an interesting fight, and Poirier just shows up to fight, and he's grown up a lot.
He has, yes.
Since he fought
He's a completely different
Conor,
fighter. Completely different
right?
fighter.
And he beat Gaethje, right? And arguably the people who have given Khabib a run.
He did, yeah.
Conor won a round, I think.
He
I
did.
don't think Gaethje
won any round, but he put up a okay fight. He messed up Khabib with some leg kicks and stuff.
Yeah, that was his game plan to attack the legs. Yeah.
But there's a reason they're not giving Conor Khabib or Gaethje rather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a reason they're not giving him the best of the best.
Makes sense.
Upper echelon because they want. It's a tune-up for Conor.
Yeah.
They want him to win by a lot.
So you think he's going to go to a bigger fight the next one after he hits Poirier? You think he's going to go fight the best? Or is he going to go back into fighting fucking boxers and
That's
shit?
the next step, I would say.
No. It's going to be.
Do you think he's
it'll be
focused
another.
on the UFC again? Or is he like
I think he is, but then
taking fights to make money at this point?
Yes, but this fight's not. I mean, it's not the biggest money fight for Conor.
I know, but anytime
they
Conor
can't-
walks on the stage, he's going to make a good amount of money.
he
at
is
this point.
guaranteed. And he's talking about Conor to Gaethje. But the thing is, Conor, you can't give Conor as good as Conor is, as much hype that Conor gets. You can't just throw him back in there against the best of the best because he hasn't been around.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just I mean, it
not
does
ready.
come to a fairness level.
Yeah.
You can't just do that. Obviously, Conor McGregor. We all want to fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Because that's who this guy is. It's so much talk.
Technically,
You
they
love
do
it.
have Conor at
But you
number
can't
4.
you can't just come back out of fucking nowhere after forever and say, oh yeah, go fight for the belt, go fight the best.
I hear what you're
There
saying.
has to be
but I have to respectfully disagree. I mean, what he did to Alvarez and what he did to Aldo, and
oh no, he's top notch. I mean, he's the best.
Well, here's the thing: is Conor's been on a break.
Yeah.
And people haven't been on a break. But they think he's lost his luster, but he's Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
For a reason. He's not going to Ronda Rousey out. He's not going to face, a Holly Holm, which Holly Holm is good, but she's not no Khabib.
No.
Conor won a round with Khabib. Arguably did that with Mayweather. He is. You
He's a
think
competitor.
everybody knows?
Conor is a
everybody knows
top-notch
Conor
fighter.
McGregor for a reason.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Conor McGregor.
Yeah. You don't even have to watch the UFC. You know who the guy is.
Yeah.
Listen, on this panel, people know who Dustin Poirier is, but on the other panel earlier, they don't know who Dustin Poirier is.
Yeah. No.
No
They
idea.
know who Conor McGregor is.
Guaranteed.
And everybody know who what's the girl in UFC that
Nunes.
no, not Nunes, the white girl who went into WWE that put
Ronda
girl.
Rousey?
Yeah, and I know Ronda Rousey, but everybody knows Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, real quick, unfortunately, we got to cut this thing short. We have some time restrictions tonight. But, Rob, we wanted to give you your gift. Thank you for coming back. Rob, we are presenting you with a Panasonic DVD player.
This plays DVDs.
Here you go. There you are.
This plays DVDs.
So last time you've done some nice things on the panel. We want to give you that Panasonic. And just do what you do best.
Bro.
Oh! There it is. Bonfire Banter. We'll see you soon. Check out that McGregor Poirier fight. Keep stoking those fires. Bonfire Banter signing out.
Signing out.